Yeah, I want to comment too on what Dave's saying, and I noticed there seems to be a fair amount of regulators in the room. I was at an AGA dinner, and we were sitting around this on Sunday talking about what could really help the industry, and a common set of standards for regulations. And when you think about it, it's as it stands today with all the legacy equipment, it seems like such a mountain to climb. And so maybe everybody's like, well, that's not going to happen. But I do think we're on the cusp of a new opportunity with skill-based, right? Skill and hybrid games. To Dave's point, so to get the velocity of product going, you really as a manufacturer want to build it, really do one design and be able to submit it through. And granted, there's different approvals, but if you're just doing the design once and you don't have regional flavoring, because it's required, this is really going to help everybody out in this industry, because to your point, Dave, people are interested in New Jersey, but it's like inertia. You got to get the flywheel returning first, and it's been going for about a year, and you guys led it, for sure. The flywheel's starting to move now, and so I know in our own company's case, I look forward to seeing you soon and not leaving you so disappointed. But that's what you want to see, is you want to see enough critical mass out there that it makes sense to go and build the products, right? And so that's what's happening now. And I do see other states looking to Nevada and New Jersey's example. And the closer, if you have an option, the closer you can align to that, the better it's going to be for all of the operators in your jurisdictions, because you'll see a much broader set of products coming out quicker that can allow people to adapt and reach that new demographic that today is, it's horrendous. When you look at there was an AGA published study we always look at, and it was, the 21 to 34, the legal age millennial group. I think it was like 2.5% will even touch a slot machine. I mean, that's just pretty onerous, right? And as they continue to progress, assuming their behavior doesn't change, the industry has about, from our calculations, about within the next 20 years, for these people that are coming to casinos that aren't engaging in slots, the 98%, you're going to have to capture about 30 to 35% of them just to hold a 2.5% annual growth rate on slot EGM business. So it's quite a tall order from today, where you can get to 2%, you got to get to 30 in 20 years, right, in a progression.
But how much of that is just the socioeconomic status of people of a certain age? In other words, somebody in their 20s, might not have a lot of money to go and sit at a slot machine and throw into a slot machine. Perhaps, as they aged, is there any discussion that, that the traditional slot machine might be more appealing as people become older and, more like me? That they don't require so much stimulation? Or do you think this generation is going to be like this forever?
My belief would be it's going to stay like this, and it's going to. I think if you think the millennials will a challenge, wait for the centennials to come along. Like the most dramatic example I've seen is the baby sitting in the mom's lap trying to swipe the magazine page at 13, 14 months old, right? It's neural net wiring. I don't see them changing or remaking themselves around a slot machine. To me, it's sort of like asking grandma to play Halo, right? I mean, that'll get a chuckle, but the inverse, very likely, is probably also kind of unthinkable. I mean, there might be some retro throwback stuff that'll go back to coins, but I think it's going to become, over the years, a more minor market. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's a transformation, a slow transition.